A Star is Born is Bradley Cooper's directorial debut. The film has been remade 3 times, but this 4th time everyone has to admire and praise. Bradley's A Star is Born is also rated as the best film of the 4 remakes. True to the title, A Star is Born is the journey to the top of Ally, played by Lady Gaga. She knew how to put aside her own guilt to become a star. But when the career shines, the love of Ally and Jackson Maine, played by Bradley Cooper, is not complete. If Ally is a promising inner voice with a desire to shine, but with low self-esteem, Jack is a famous and very loved star. With no warning, Ally enters Jack's life in a way he didn't expect, and their love is a beautiful adventure, despite the sad ending of this love. Ally did not come to Jack because he was a famous singer, but because she was touched by his sweet actions. For example, he dressed her up when she was injured in a very interesting way, bringing her home and loving her big nose. More specifically, Jack can see her talent for composing and breathing life into her love songs. Just listening to Ally sing's Shallow in the parking lot, Jack was mesmerized with his inspirational voice and immediately recorded those tunes and lyrics. Jack is a lonely artist who is always immersed in alcohol, but since Ally appeared in his life, loneliness has become meaningless in the face of her sincere love and the times they spent together on the stage. This was the best part of their time together, and Cooper and Gaga's stellar performance in A Star is Born. This made the audience think they were in love in real life. In front of the loving gazes they gave each other on stage amid ardent fans, Jack and Ally immerse viewers in a world of just the two of them and burning love songs like Shallow, Music to My Eyes and Dig in My Grave, ignite the intense emotions of two hearts that are intertwined. But with that stage aura, he has to deal with tinnitus, alcoholism, and especially with his obsession with the past, about his father and brother manager. While Ally was inspired by Jack and brought her to the limelight and then gradually asserted herself with his love story compositions, Jack gradually faded away. He crossed the slopes of his career and country music lost its place when Ally and trendy pop took the throne. Therefore, when it comes to the segments where Ally and Jack argue because Ally can't stand his addiction and Jack is annoyed by Ally's lightning success, the audience may feel frustrated and uneasy because Trot lived with the beautiful moments before the two of them. No more sweet duets, an invisible barrier between them appeared, pushing the two apart more and more. For Jack, Ally is a great source of energy that helps him play hard on stage, but it's not just a musical combination. The way they exchange glances and love in the middle of a crowd, the way they give each other joyful hugs after each successful night. Where is it now? Unknowingly, that is what pushes Jack into irresistible drunkenness. Jack is not a heartless person. Ally's boundless love and tolerance are still the glimmer of light that brings him back to a sober life. Even though Jack almost ruined Ally's career because of his drunkenness, she still couldn't bear to scold him or leave him. Even Ally wanted Jack to step on stage, duet with her like when he was in love, together back to the brightest time in their love story. Ally is also willing to cancel the tour in Europe to spend time with him, helping him regain his spirit. But for a person who is always obsessed with his father's wrong past, living hopelessly through each day, how can he withstand malicious words, the public opinion that Jack is hindering his career? Ally's good progress. And their love becomes unfinished when Jack chooses to leave, so that Ally no longer bothers to worry about him. Only now can I see how a gentle word can kill so much. The climax of the separation of the two is described gently, but still puts the audience in a state of suffocation and despair. That's Cooper's very good intention as a director. He didn't want to dramatize or romanticize Jack's suicide, merely letting him go by taking a sedative, undoing his belt and choosing a fulcrum to hang himself on. It is the precious moments in the next development that take away the viewer's tears. Images of the first night they met suddenly came flooding back. Backstage at the bar, Jack is amused when he discovers that Ally's eyebrows are fake and her hair is painted black. He wants to see clearly the girl who captivated him with her powerful and inspiring voice. And Jack always looks at Ally lovingly when she's engaged in composing or recording because he loves the way she looks at the 12 notes of the song, retelling it in her own language. On the first morning when he brought Ally home, Jack wanted to see Ally's face one last time before going on tour. It was so sweet. When he left, he still wanted to see her one last time, but this feeling was so painful. In the end, is it that they can't overcome their ego, the everyday identities of people after so many events to have a brighter ending? Or is it because the author wanted them to be separated from each other in the first place? Another highlight in A Star is Born that makes the audience equally interested is the use of two completely opposite tones between the two scenes on stage and behind the scenes. The duets between Jack and Ally are always brilliant under the spotlight and the cheers of the fans. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the gloom still covers the artist's life. Standing in front of the stage, they are loved by a large audience, but behind that is a cold loneliness. In the scene where Ally performed the song Why Did You Do That? She showed all her dancing and singing strengths, but behind the dark background. Jack the artist was struggling to regain his fame, quietly watching the person he loves has changed and is more successful than ever. Just like the love song Always Remember Us This Way, when the last scene closes, viewers just want to linger in the theater for the last minutes to remember the emotional love story of Jack and Ally. Lady Gaga excellently performed this song with her powerful voice, conveying emotions straight to the audience's heart. In addition to love, A Star is Born also brings a message about desire and sacrifice, about the dream of fame as well as the price to pay. The world of Hollywood emerges in a realistic and gritty film, ready to abandon one star to let another star shine. The most obvious character for this line is Rez, played by Rafi Gavran, Ally's music producer and boss. With a polite but cruel way of speaking, he gradually pushed Jackson to his end. In his first film, Bradley both performed the role of director and maximized the strengths of an actor who received 3 Oscar nominations. Directing is the brightest point of the work, making viewers feel the personality and cohesion of the two characters. Cooper appeared with romantic hair, handsome appearance, but sad eyes. In emotional scenes, the actor plays lively thanks to his eyes and smiles. The moment Jackson touched Ally's hand as he asked permission to remove her false eyebrows, the scene where he called her back to see again was emotional. Later, Jackson's downhill and disjointed steps were described by Cooper through his wobbly gait and lifeless gaze. Lady Gaga is the right choice for the female lead role. The life of Ally's character has many similarities with the superstar born in 1986. She started her career with many difficulties, being rejected by record labels and working as a nightclub dancer before becoming one of the famous artists in the entertainment industry. Like Ally, the singer has many difficulties in love. In the film, Lady Gaga captivates viewers with music, notably the scene where Ally whispers to Jackson or when she plays the first notes of the song "Always Remember Us This Way." In the excerpt, the self-deprecating character commented on her appearance. The female singer also acted naturally. Compared to previous versions, the character is stronger and less innocent, matching Lady Gaga's personality in real life. Music is a solid fulcrum for the audience's emotions in the film. In addition to Lady Gaga, the soundtrack has the participation of Lucas Nelson, the son of country music legend Willie Nelson. He and his Promise of the Real Friends Band, including Anthony Logerfo, Alberto Boff, Corey McCormick, and Tato Melgar. They also appear in the film as a member of Jackson Maine's band. An interesting point about the image of a star is born is in the music performance scenes. The director doesn't use many scenes that depict the crowd below or the stage as a whole. In contrast, the camera often follows Jackson or Ally in mid and close-ups, sometimes switching between them or showing one's emotions when looking at the other. This shot is like squeezing space into the two main characters, making it clear that this is their story. However, it may not satisfy the audience who want to witness the grandeur and scale of the night. A Star is Born by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper is a love song of the times, full of romance, but full of regret, sweet, but also painful that we should watch, to be able to once experience the feeling of being smiling amidst the tears, enjoying the beauty and tearing of love melodies. Their love song hasn't been written yet, it's still unfinished because one person no longer exists. The final scene of A Star is Born ended in pain and filled with tears of the characters and the audience. Thank you for watching today's video. If you find this video good, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support Ask Pop Entertainment to make more exciting videos.